guys, it's Avalon here. Welcome back to Simply Avalon. And today, as you can tell from the title, I will be giving you guys 32 different job ideas for teenagers. So as you guys know, I am 15. I will be turning 16 on August the 26th. So for the majority of the summer, well, really all of summer, at least until school starts, I will be 15, meaning that I cannot drive. Which is exactly why I was thinking, there's some people who are exactly like me who would love to have a job at this moment and just make like a little bit of money on the side, but they're limited in their options because they can't drive, and a lot of jobs require that you can drive. What if somebody compiled an actual list that did not include any of those scams, like, okay, you do this survey and we'll send you gift cards? That's a scam. So I thought, you know what, I'm gonna make a video to help out all of those people who want to have a job, who are at least 14 and above. Now, each of these jobs, I have 10 categories for all of my jobs, and some of the categories will have job ideas that you have to be at least 16 for. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. So our first category is like your local surroundings. There's some places that are just, they're not franchises, they are just specific to your location. So check out different cafes. There are boutiques that you can go ahead and look into getting jobs for. Nail salons. I actually have a friend who works at a nail salon, and they let her basically choose her clients, and it's a very flexible schedule. So another thing is the library. Believe it or not, there is a need for librarians, especially at your local public library. So just check that out and see if they need any interns, if they need someone who will be willing to cart around the books, that type of thing, and see. Now, I know that at my specifically for me, my local library actually requires you to be at least 16 because they want you to be able to drive, but still, it's possible. So another thing is to be a waiter or waitress at a restaurant, not a library. By the way, also, I'm looking at a notepad, just in case you were wondering, because I don't know. So you can be a waiter or a waitress at many restaurants. Usually, as soon as you turn 16, those types of jobs can open up for you. So another thing is to go to a fast food franchise. That can be like Subway, which requires you to be 16 to be a sandwich artist. McDonald's, they start you off at 14. Same for Chick-fil-A, they will start you off at 14. And then TCBY, they start you off at 16, 18-ish. It kind of depends, but they are willing to make like exceptions. Another place to look into is the mall. Now, I don't know about all malls, but a lot of them contain like department stores like JCPenney, Belk, Foot Locker, Expeditions. These are all great places for you to start off at. So category number 5 are grocery stores. Now you're probably not thinking about this one, but these are actually a great place to start out and to get a pretty flexible work schedule, especially if you want to work part-time. And these can be places like Publix. I know that Publix allows you to start working there at age 14. Walmart, I'm pretty sure it's the exact same number for Walmart, but I have not checked. And Target, or as I like to call it, Target, because it just sounds cooler, allows you to start working there. I think it's 15. So my 6th category is like your family type thing, and this is babysitting. The easy way to get into babysitting is to create your own flyer and put it into the mailboxes of your neighbors who you know have kids. And especially for many busy working families, this is such a great option to have someone in the neighborhood that they can easily just call up to check on their kids, watch their kids while they are away. So another thing is trying out YouTube or blogging. Now, I really was hesitant in adding this to the list because I still haven't even made money for this. So like, why would I tell you that, okay, this can be your summer job if like it takes a while to actually grow to get up to the level of being able to get paid? So I wanted to put that in tentatively, but still, if you start your blog now, if you start your YouTube now, you do have the potential of making money off of it later on when you are in like college. Number 8 is the talent category, and this could be like photography. I have a friend and he is actually in 8th or 7th grade, how to think about it, and he does photography for a bunch of the department stores here in Alabama. So another thing is if you are good at an instrument, good at singing, something like that, you can give beginners music lessons for like children and just teach people how to play whatever instrument you know how to play. But you do need to have at least a mastery of the instrument before you go and agree to teach someone. So another thing that you can do is create websites. I actually have another friend who's in my grade, hey Jessie, who actually creates websites for different local businesses basically in our town and does pretty well off of it, because the great thing about building websites is that when a company offers you this type of job opportunity, they'll pay you up front for the website, but after that, they're probably going to want you to maintain it also, meaning that you will have a steady flow of income coming from that one website. And if you're really good at like coding, you're probably not going to just have one website that you're working on. You're probably going to work for multiple businesses. So that's just something to think about. And it also allows you to dictate what you're going to do. So another thing is that goes into our talent category, of course, is tutoring. So if you are really good at a subject, make all A's, something to that effect, then you can for sure help out and tutor other kids in lower grades below you and help them out. And if you're bilingual, that's even better. So another thing that I actually have, it's like your talent hobbies category, is art. If you're a really good artist, you can always ask to get people to commission paintings and you can get paid that way. But before you go ahead and ask people to commission paintings, it's very important to make sure that you are actually who you say you are, that you are good at what your craft. And our next thing is our number 10, our 10th category is miscellaneous. And these are just honestly very, very random. So our first one is a dog sitter, and our second one that goes right hand in hand is a dog walker. So when I say a dog sitter, obviously this can be any type of animal that you could be sitting, and this is just like babysitting. You just hand out a flyer and see if they would be interested in you walking their dog. So another thing is that you can mow the lawn for people. So I know particularly guys tend to do this, like yard work, that type of thing, and you can make like a weekly pay off of that by just doing this person's yard once a week or once every other week. So another thing is to do house cleaning. If you're really organized, really love to clean, you can definitely offer to clean other people's houses. Although it's very tentative to do this because obviously people tend to want older people to clean their houses for obvious reasons because they don't want you seeing everything. So be careful if you ask for that. So another thing is that you can become an Odyssey contributor. Like blogging, this actually pays you to write. So it's almost like a YouTube-like platform, but instead of you making videos, although you can make videos also, you write pieces. This can be poetry, this can be your opinion piece, this can be a rant, this can be informative, this can be any type of article that you want. The only thing is that you have to get access to your community. It's a local community for practically any college and also a lot of towns too. And then you also have to write an AP style, which is pretty easy to learn. You can just look that up online. So another thing that you can do is para or YMCA. I'm not sure if para is just here in Alabama, but I know that you can for sure get a job as a lifeguard with YMCA. You can become a summer camp leader. So another thing is if you are really good at a sport or just have a love for a sport, you can always sign up to coach a sport, or you can sign up to be a ref for a sport. Now, of course, for both of these things, you do have to get licensed first, which will cost a tiny bit of money, but it's for sure worth it because especially if you decide to be a ref, you get to decide which times that you are available, which times you can go and ref a person's game, and then you tend to get like paid per game. So my next thing is actually, for my artsy folks out here, create an Etsy shop. And for some of you guys who do not know what Etsy shops are, it's basically like you get to sell whatever that you create. And it's really, really cool thing because it's like if you are really into making jewelry, into making graphics, that type of thing, into making websites even, you can sell your stuff on Etsy. And yes, they do deduct a tiny bit percentage out of what you would get paid just to keep the Etsy shop up and running, but you still make the majority of the pay from each of your sales. And that's the same thing with like eBay also. If you have any of like old clothing or just like new lightly worn things or like a new object out of the box that you're just willing to sell, then eBay is also another great idea for something like that, where you can just sell goods and make money off of them. Those are my 33 job ideas, actually, because I added in the eBay one, and I hope you enjoyed that. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you have another idea of job ideas that us teenagers can get, feel free to comment it down below. We all want to know what your ideas are. And thanks so much for watching.